Okay, welcome back. I was actually able to set everything up now, and even furthermore, I was able to do it really cheap. Like, I only used up 1.7 million to get the train line going with 2 depots, which is very, very important. And that was a complicated train like wake. It's still not completed, as you see here. But we have leftover money from the last loan. So I had to pick up 1 loan for the first train, but that's actually pretty decent. It's beyond what I would normally expect. Never track. It's the most important thing you can do. Oh, we can get the cheaper way. Online it is. And we can also get cheaper. Okay. Let's just build it like that. So, now we are complete. Including 1 horse wagon delivery orders. So again, that's to minimize our cost. And there's our first main. Just only going to have like 3 wagons on it, but that's fine. We don't need any more. So what kind of running time would we have? That would be a 25 minutes frequency. That's worse than the last time. But at the same time I did save money on the building cost. In the very long future you might actually be able to make like a shortcut here. But for that we need much more powerful of a motor, so now we have to go like we go here. It looks weird, but it makes sense. Without minimizing the construction cost of the track. And that's pretty much the cheapest you can really do. Up to this point, then straight to the other way. I mean, I feel like here I made a mistake by not going even sharper. Not at all. At the same time, it's a little bit closer to the station that we will build eventually. Same thing over here. So it does make sense in that case. That was excluded already. This is going well. I mean, this is the only way I really found to be able to make some success, but even then I always say when I have to introduce passenger service. You just keep passing, but hopefully I will do a better job next time. Let's say this time. I mean, just because something is difficult doesn't mean it cannot be done, but the difficulty level of getting in the passenger service introduced really is very, very high. Definitely say that. So yeah, the train just needs money currently. Which isn't a huge problem, but before I do anything else, I need to make sure that I get the signals going. I want at least a few of them. One, two, three, one more. I should actually not stop the game there. That was stupid. No reason for it. Okay, come on, give me the 21. Okay, off it goes. So now we're going to wait for the first delivery. You're going to go in the bed, obviously. That's very, very poor. Why is this card running around? It's costing us money for no reason. I did tell it to full load. I guess it immediately turned around and went down the road. It's pretty bad when it does that. Oh well. You had your fun. I'll stay still. It cost me a little bit of money, but it's not bad. That's the first voyage here. I mean, this part is also somewhat questionable, I would say. But that makes sense. At least for now it makes sense. Okay. The huge issue is I cannot give the other drain a connection, unfortunately. But that's not the worst part about it, really. For now, we're only going to run the drain one way. I like this part a little bit. It's very organic. Not like the hump up there, but oh well. Should have built it a little bit more careful, I guess. Like, I feel like I can squeeze out a little bit more money by being even more careful when it comes down to building. And that's really what it comes down to. You want to save as much money as you possibly can. I mean, in the future I would like make this much more direct, you know, like go up in the mountain and then just build the drain tracks for, but just look how expensive that is, and that's one thing. And just out of interest, that would cost us, if it would work, yeah, 825k pretty much. I mean, it would help eventually, but that would be worth it, you know, they shortened the journey time by quite a bit. But for now, there's no reason. The train is fine if it goes up these bumps. Okay, now we have to slow down. There's our money, not a lot of it, but it's there. So now we can see how much we have waiting here. We're going to invest in a new train. 42. Okay, we're going to have the train stop. Now we're going to send it in. And sell it. And immediately repay our debt a little bit. Please don't drop. Yeah, we have this annoying shit when the production actually drops. I feel like waiting for the last few 4 buyouts is worth it in that case. Eventually we're going to connect these other towns as well, but we are poor, very very poor. Next step is basically to get all of this stuff rolling, and then only then we can think about including other towns as well. It will happen. Next time will be this one with the cargo station. Or cargo stop to be precise. I'm still not sure if I should make this a passenger station or not. I mean, if I make it, then I have to really be blind as well. Can my train finally go, please? Come on, one more. You can do it. We survived the first year without losing that much money. No interest was 42, 67.5 in that case. That's not too bad. should have run full speed. I mean, eventually I hope that I can make a really nice production network, but that's going to take quite a bit of time. I still don't know about the plastic factory, how I'm going to include that one. It can be done, either by making the oil or by getting the other stuff. The food. Queen, whatever you want to call it. Like a grain train would go all the way to this place, but it's difficult. I definitely would say that in the future we have to go a little bit further on. There's also a possibility about something doing here. But again, that's not going to be easy. But it's doable. It's definitely a food source basically that we can use. Unfortunately there's nothing up here. This would be a good starting area to have these 3 towns connected, but there's just nothing I can connect it with. In the future you can have like an iron train running all the way up here. A coal train, and then produce steel and get the steel down here and do other stuff with it, but that is very much in the future, unfortunately. But again, it can be done. But I feel like it's better than to have the iron come all the way from here. The problem with iron is that the material that we're going to get produced here, the steel, I mean, it does get transported with this as well, but the issue is that the other materials don't get transported with it. So you can't have a fully closed loop. Which you might consider an issue. Not the worst issue, but it's an issue. So far has produced nothing. We just started again and produce oil. Which is the first delivery always fucks up for some reason. It glitches out and produces the wrong stuff. But this one we will find. How much more do we have? 49 already. Yeah, October going on. Will this train arrive before the last next year? That's a good question. I don't think so. I hope so that it doesn't arrive. November? Come on. Ugh, this is going to be tight. That's fine. Oh no, we still have December. Oh well. I guess I have to eat it. Well, it depends. If you get that train into the drawer, then it's fine. That's going to be very, very close, how much I know. December the 8th, 9th, 10th. Okay, there we go. Okay, it's fine. I can pay back a little bit of money, so we'll make to 3.2. Again, keep it alone, it was as slow as we possibly can. I could have waited here a little bit longer, but I don't want to. Again, that trains don't make money, and I don't want to take another loan up just to have another wagon on it. Could have waited a little bit longer, but the problem is if I send in the wagon, sell and then buy me a new train before taking up a loan, and I'm in a year buff, I have to pay for the loan, and I'm not going to make much plus because there's a glitch basically involved where the production massively drops. It's not even a glitch, it's called a feature, but not really. It's like a half feature. It basically drops massively and costs you a lot of money. But this train seems to be pretty much taking like a year to get to the place where it has to go. Which comes down to its really crappy speed. Where are we getting there? Production is already quite a bit improved. It comes down to having a decent flow of oil, basically. But the problem is, for that to happen, you have to deliver a lot of oil. So probably you have to try to keep it like at 100, that's fine. You don't need anything more. Yeah, honestly, the biggest issue right now is the fact that the delivery takes a little bit too long. Of the oil there is. But we do make a profit. We can take a look here. Well, this looks bad, but because we invested in Wayward, bought new vehicles, 192,000. We sold like 104, so basically 400,000 we invested into drains. Without that 400,000 we would have made 100,000 plus. But you have to make this kind of investment. This is definitely 100% fine, because this drain is going to make much more money than the old drain, you know? Same thing over here. I should actually add now a drain, but we see. I'm going to let this actually ramp up as much as it can. Again, every month I don't have to loan, this is the best month. Okay, we have November. I feel like now I have to take a loan on. More. And a little bit more. So this train has 84 now. And we have 76 eyes so far. Okay, there's our other drain. Ready out. How much oil? 80. Okay, I'm going to be cocky and remove the drain. Hopefully the production won't crash with the lags to them. That was just in time. I don't think I can do this for the next year. So now we can pay down our debt. Please don't crash. Okay, it didn't. Like the production didn't crash. The game itself is very stable, one I have to actually give a good credit for. It's an incredibly stable game. No issues whatsoever. Didn't even have one single crash so far. And I would say I pumped in a lot of time trying to crack this mode. Which, yeah, it's way too difficult. Yeah, it actually did crash? No. It was just slow as fuck. I didn't go with speed 4. Eventually, when you can make sure that you produce enough for the town to be worth it, then you can make sure that the other stuff gets as well. But for now, we have to make sure that this is the first thing we produce well. I wish there was a better quarry. I mean, there's one over here, but that's way too far. I think we can have it run over Glendale and Spectrum and then all the way to here. It's not a bad idea now that I think about this. The reason why is because then I can have it run on the back way, I can have it pick back shit. Which actually would be helpful. would transport stuff to Glendale and Spokane, but I feel like this is like a very long-term project. It would demand that railroad link between these two cities. Oh, there's one over here as well. Oh, I didn't even see that one. One is actually really good. Huh. Yeah, this might be better than that one. Yeah, the problem then is the wood will come from all the way over here. I mean, there's also wood here, but there's no factory. Like no wood plank maker. What do you call it? Sawmill, okay. Yeah, that's basically the issue. You need a sawmill, the only one that I can see is over here. I mean, in theory, we could have it run like all the way, basically, this long train. Picking up both stuff and then transporting it. Another way would be going all the way up here to Mesquite. It might be actually more simple. Because we will stay with our limit and our old network. And we have another quarry over here. So we can have the station over here, we can have the stuff just go loud down here, and then have the train run all the way over here to that place. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. I mean, we'll see if it's a good idea as well, but so this is at 34 production. I mean, if you ever prefer to sell that train immediately and get the money back on it, I think this time we are not going to be passing that point, which is fine. Actually, some prefer it that way. I'm gonna make a quick pause. So how much do we have? 80. Was a little bit too much. Fine. Can't go wrong with too much stuff, can you? That's actually not that bad. Now I eyeballed it. But that was another 14k profit. Now we can sell that lane as well. Pay this money. Back to 370s. Yeah, that's good. So the really nice part is we're now down to 370 and we have a big train. So we can invest all in these in wagons, that's fine. Enough oil. The only issue is that I have to micromanage this, unfortunately. Because the shitty horse wagons are not going into the right place. Who knows why. For some reason they go to 9th Street. Oh, there you go. Check a bit of the fuel here. And we got another big train coming in. Eventually this can fill up to 240, I guess. Probably the maximum we can get. How much are we in debt? How much money did we make? C40 currently. That's pretty decent. And we did buy stuff. More coaches. That also doesn't come cheap. And they're gonna have bad running costs for now, so... You see how much one train does. I mean, basically a huge problem is that not every single year we have one train arrive. That might be the biggest issue. Which is not good economically wise, but not have everything. In the future we will build a drain station over here to drop off more fuel. But for that 1000 orcs, first of all, did we deliver maximum, then we can worry about that part. Right, it still has oil. $29 oil over there. Yeah, it's a waiting cane. I mean, to a certain degree. I won't just shit talk it too badly. The stops to 30 here, yeah? It's not too bad. I mean, considering the slow ones that do exist, they're not that bad. There's definitely one over here, but even that is pretty decently clement, it's not that bad. We could go over here, for example, it would be a mess. I tried that, that didn't work very well at all. So it's better to go wide instead of going high. I mean, in the perfect world, you would just get a fucking tunnel through there, you know, but you can't have it. It's financially not viable. So we have to live with the fact that this train drops down to like 27, 20. Or something about that. So a quick pause, how much oil is here? 57. I'm going to wait for the train to arrive. Oh, another 14. How much oil is there? 63. This is 86. I guess I buy a drain for... I mean, I should always go for 84, that seems to be a good advantage. We are 63 right now, so it's going to fill up decently quickly. But the question is, should I resell immediately or wait a little bit? And actually we can wait. Definitely need more cards here. So that is 6 more. That would be 6 times 4 would be 28. Hard to say when is enough. That is definitely needed though.